and said I was done. But then I remembered something. You wanted truth, right? Not the pretty version, not your version, not my version. The part we don't like remembering. So since you opened that door, let's finish the story. Mr. Clark was like a father figure from way back in my school days. You met him yourself, smiled in his face, acted like everything was okay. Then suddenly you changed the story, said me and him was up at upper level. And before I could even understand it, you put your hands on me in the street like I was trash. Your side piece brother was right there, he had to pull you off of me. Then you threw me in his car when I told you I didn't want to leave. And after all of that, you still found a way to make me the problem. So when you sing about betrayal, don't forget the things you did. When you talk about my mistakes, tell them what your story hid. You wanted truth, here it comes. No filter, no disguise. Cause every time you point at me, your history replies. You wanted the whole truth, here it is. You wanted my confession, here it is. But don't tell the world how I finally broke without telling them who kept breaking me. You can call my name, I can call yours too. You can talk about what I did, but what about you? You wanted truth, don't run now. We're only on part 3. Yeah, we're only on part 3. Your sister sent the clothes, the shoes, the pocketbooks too. When you turned around and gave those things to another woman, like that's what husbands do. Then introduced her as your cousin. Your cousin? I believed you until your own mother couldn't watch me hurting anymore. I remember finding out there was no niece by that name. And right there, another piece of me broke. Your mother saw it. She knew I had been good to her. She saw the confusion on my face, the hurt in my eyes. And sometimes the truth doesn't come from your enemy. Sometimes it comes from his own mother. Your cousin? No. Another story? Yes. Another secret? Yes. Another wound I had to carry in my chest. And you wanna talk about truth? Then tell it correctly. Because before you ever wrote my ending, you left out the whole beginning. Yeah, boy, I could go on all day. Names, places, stories, things I wish my mind would erase. Women calling things hidden, questions answered with anger, and then the ultimate disrespect. Another woman in a matrimonial bed. I bet a place that was supposed to be ours. You disrespected me in so many ways. It's almost unbearable to sit down and remember enough to even write this song. And that's what you don't understand. For you, maybe it's history. For me, I had to heal from it. And Terry, yeah, let's talk about that too. While we were planning our wedding, you were with Terry, planning forever with me, while entertaining somebody else. And somehow years later, you found the courage to stand up and tell the story. Like betrayal entered our relationship through my door. No, betrayal already had a key. You weren't faithful, then suddenly betrayed. Yeah, there were years of damage before my worst mistake was made. That doesn't make my wrong right. Let me say it again, my wrong was still wrong. But don't take the chapter where I finally fell apart and pretend that's page 1. Don't erase everything before it, because my failure gave you a cleaner story to tell. I can admit what I did. Can you stand in front of the same crowd and tell them about the women, the lies, the humiliation, the disrespect, the accusations, the day in the street, the matrimonial bed? Can you tell that truth too? You wanted the whole truth, now you got it. You opened this door, don't try to stop it. I carried enough, I cried enough, I covered enough, I survived enough. You can tell them where I went wrong, I will not run from mine. But if you're gonna tell our story, you will not erase yourself. Has a right, and truth isn't always pretty when both people get to testify. Why? I could go on and on all day, but I won't. Some memories don't deserve another minute of my life. Some names don't deserve another verse. And some pain doesn't need to be reopened just to prove that it happened. So Terry, the cousin, the women, our bed, the accusations, the humiliation. I'm leaving all of it where it belongs, behind me. You told your story, I answered, and now I'm done. Not because there's nothing else to say, but because I finally have too much peace to keep digging through pain. Case closed.